how many stops are there? What time does it land?
Hello and welcome to Outside the Fox, where we explore what's happening online and why it matters. I'm Steve Flavin.
I'm Kim Horcher. Guess what, Steve?
What?
It's fall.
It's fall.
When the leaves are falling.
Not only is it fall, it is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So what are we thankful for? The Internet Edition. This is our theme this week.
Now, it might sound like a hard task to come up with, but we do use the internet a lot. So there is actually a lot to be grateful for on the internet, how much easier things can be, how connected we can be. What are you thankful for, Internet Edition?
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of thinking about this, and I gotta admit, my first reaction to this topic was I don't really know what I'm thankful for. I think largely because so much of what we experience and interact with on the internet has become so normal.
Yeah.
It's just things that we've just taken for granted and become accustomed to. I was having a conversation recently with someone. We were talking about how air travel used to be much harder to. We're getting all of these leaves. That's actually kind of fun.
Doesn't go there. Doesn't go there.
It's like interactive. Oh no! Oh no!
I ruined everything.
So dramatic. Air travel. So we had a conversation about how air travel used to be done back in the day, which sounds miserable, quite frankly. Like you had to call someone on a phone and like have a conversation, or
that
like
sounds
if
like
you
the
have
most trifling, tedious conversation that takes forever. Like, yeah, how many stops are there? What time does it land?
Or you could hire a travel agent, or you could go in person to the airport to go buy tickets. That also sounds miserable. Related to travel. Simply just getting around, navigation that you have in your phone, in a device that you keep in your pocket is a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, I used to print out instructions on how to get places on MapQuest, and that was how I got around.
Dating apps? I met my partner in a dating app. That's on the internet.
Yeah, it's been normalized. Like, I remember, back in the day, there was sort of a stigma attached with dating online, and now that's sort of what everyone does, and nobody really cares anymore.
Well, I met my first boyfriend in an MMO, and I met my last one on a dating app on purpose. See, it is normal. It's normal and fine. Are we grateful for social media?
Honestly, I don't mind admitting this publicly. I deleted my Facebook.
Good for you.
It was a dramatic decision. You know what caused me to do it was when they changed their name to Meta, and there was a keynote speech about the metaverse. It was like this 2-hour presentation on their vision for the future of the internet, where we're all wearing goggles and interacting.
We have no legs.
And buying digital clothes. And I literally deleted my Facebook like that night because it was kind of terrifying, honestly. I was like, if this is the future, like I want no part of it. And yet I'm still on Instagram, which is the same company.
It's the same company, and you love it.
And I love it.
Think about that.
But at the same time, I also recognize the toxicity of it, and just kind of the FOMO aspects that
it's like liking drugs.
Mm-hmm. A little bit. I mean, there is.
It feels good at the time, but is it good for you?
I mean, there is a chemical effect. The dopamine that comes from using social media and the validation of posting something and receiving those likes. And as a creative person and a photographer, I like that platform because it's a creative medium. But I would say that for me, it's a fairly creative community. I follow a lot of really cool, interesting artists and photographers whose work inspires me, and that's really cool. YouTube, I mean, I discovered YouTube years ago when, YouTube was founded, very close to when I had graduated from film school. And so having a vessel to like put all of my student films on and then gradually get into YouTubing
Were you
and
an
like
early
vlogging.
YouTuber?
I was an early YouTuber, and I had my own channel, and like it was a slippery slope. It got me into producing digital content. Like I never would have imagined in college that digital content would have been an entire career path. that was on nobody's radar, and yet that's sort of how things just happened organically, and is because I was using YouTube that I had the expertise of like, oh, branded content, I can do that, and one thing led to another. Now here I am, and so it's really cool to have just an outlet for doing creative work that's not film and television.
When I was in college, I did a project about different online communities and enclaves kind of replacing maybe what bars and different restaurants and social meetups would have been in the past pre-internet. And I'm grateful for that. It makes it a lot easier to find things and maybe find your people. In some ways, I can see how it would also be hard in other ways to find your people. But I think I've done pretty well with it. I really got into Discord over the pandemic. Like, I used it to connect to a few friends after we were coworkers at this place that we really didn't like. And then we bonded over all of our shared trauma. And then we joined Discord to keep in contact with each other. And then I started streaming, and I built my own little community there. And everyone there is nice, which is weird because you kind of expect a certain segment of all people to not be nice. But it's nice to have that little corner right there.
That started out as primarily like a gaming community, right? And so do you find that that's the case now? Or I've heard a lot of people that are on Discord that just, for
Use it
just
for chat.
to just use it for chat.
Yeah, I mean, I've used it for that and gaming, chat. I've also done production there before. Like, I had an audition.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they were like, okay, join this Discord room. Okay, this is where we're doing the audition. It wasn't sketchy. I know it sounds sketchy, but it was... There's a lot of different ways you can use it, which I think is true of some of the best places on the internet. I do enjoy Reddit. I lurk there a lot. I don't post a lot, but I follow a lot of subreddits.
Fair. I lurk on Threads.
Oh, yeah?
Since the demise of Twitter, which I used to have a Twitter and then I deleted Twitter, but Threads, I've been a lurker. I haven't posted anything.
I'm going to find you in Threads.
Now I've done it. Something that I have been thinking about relating to this topic is actually a project that Mozilla has done recently. In August, we had our second annual Rise 25 Awards. This year, we had them in Dublin, Ireland. It's a ceremony where we recognize 25 people in the tech industry who are doing really cool altruistic work in various facets of tech. This year, our theme was specifically AI. And so we had 5 different categories, 5 people in each category. And it was really inspiring for me because, shameless plug, we have a docuseries that we produced there that is on the Mozilla channel. So we'll put a link in the description. And we did video portraits about each of these people. And so I was on set listening to all of these interviews and was just really, really inspired by the work that they're doing. And, a lot of them are working in policy, are doing creative work with AI, are working with regulators to kind of pump the brakes on reckless development of these platforms and try to be really thoughtful and philosophical about how they affect humanity and how they can improve our lives. And listening to all of these, for one thing, a lot of it is just is so technical. I'm just like very thankful that there are people who are able to do this kind of work and think about these things and move in these circles, asking these questions. Because it's not. I would certainly be out of place in that arena, but really interesting to hear what they're working on. But also, secondly, just like learning so much about the topic and how people are using these tools and platforms. So yeah, that was just something that we've done recently at Mozilla that I genuinely think is one of the coolest things that we've ever done at Mozilla, and I was genuinely, shamelessly thankful for and proud of.
I am so grateful that there are people out there who can be altruistic and use the web in a way that's not greedy or lazy and are helping to shape things for the better. That is so important. And you think, oh, someone will do it, but there are people who are like, no, I'm going to do it. And I'm thankful for them.
There's the good and the bad with everything on the internet.
Truly, because we're all people. And we're capable of both.
In an expression of gratitude, right? There's always something that we could take away that we're thankful for. So it's nice to be able to have this quiet, peaceful moment where we could admire the tiny little leaves on the wall.
I'm out of leaves to throw at you. We're all grateful for that.
And just bask in the autumn glow of our set. And yeah, I'm out of things to say.
Well, please let us know what you are thankful for on the internet in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to download Firefox because you know it's the best. And we'll see you next time.